Getting the right car insurance is a bit more involved in finding the lowest price. It's important that you get the right coverage for your situation. The first, you need to understand what is available in your coverage. So there are 5 main categories or types of car insurance coverage. Let's go through them one by one. 1. Liability coverage is the most common because every state requires you carry some minimum amount in order to drive legally. Liability coverage pays for the damage you caused in an accident when you are at fault. Specially, liability coverage will pay for bodily injuries and property damage of others. Remember that liability insurance does not cover any of your damages, but it protects others from damage you caused and also protects you financially. Without liability, you can be on the risk for the entire cost of an accident. Collision. It's the second most common type of auto insurance coverage. It will pay for damages to your car from an accident even if you were at fault. As the name implies, collision, so coverage pays for damages incurred when you were driving and collide with another object. No losses from non-crash stuff like that or weather damages are not covered by your collision insurance. For those things you will need something called comprehensive. Comprehensive coverage covers the causes losses that are totally out of your control. Like collision coverage and comprehensive coverage are optional. It will protect you from losses due to fire, vandalism, theft, hitting an animal, or damage caused by certain natural disasters, but comprehensive coverage will not cover anything. For example, most policies will not cover damage due to freezing, even though it's weather-related. Comprehensive coverage does not cover breakdowns. Either you should find out what is excluded before purchasing. Comprehensive coverage often more attractive to drivers of a new or expensive. Medical coverage is usually option, but certain no-fault states will require you to buy a form of called personal injuries protection. Personal injuries protection is also known as no-fault insurance because, like medical coverage, it will pay the costs of treating your injuries regardless who is at fault in it. Finally, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage will protect you against the risk of being hit by an uninsured or underinsured driver. It's estimated almost 15% American drivers do not carry the legal minimum amount of car insurance as required by their state. If you are hit one of these people, you won't be able to collect from a liability policy. They don't have uninsured motorist coverage will pay for your medical expenses and LSAT wages. Many states now require uninsured motorist coverage for bodily injury, but you might have option to purchase it for property damage as well. Uninsured coverage kicks in when you're hit and your damages and expenses exceed the limits of the at-fault driver liability coverage. Gap insurance is an optional insurance coverage for newer cars that can be added to your collision insurance policy. It may pay the difference between the balance of a lease or loan due on a vehicle and what your insurance company pays if the car is considered a covered